First up, a shocker coming in from the national capital. 11 members of a family in the national capital have been found dead inside their house in Burari, while 10 bodies were found hanging with a blindfold. One was found lying on the floor.
और वहाँ इनके पड़ोसियों से भी बात की। पड़ोसियों का कहना है कि बहुत ही शरीफ परिवार था। पड़ोसियों का कहना है कि किसी से कोई दुश्मनी नहीं थी, अपने उसमें रहते थे और ये समझ नहीं आ रहा कि ये हादसा किस तरह से हुआ होगा। पुलिस जांच कर रही है और अभी भी कुछ भी कह पाना मुश्किल है जब तक जांच पूरी नहीं हो जाती, तो पुलिस की जांच की अपने को इंतज़ार करनी पड़ेगी।
All right, that was the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. They're also visiting the site of crime, saying that the police is investigating all possible angles. Prima facie, of course, police looking at it as a suicide case, but at the same time, it's saying that it's not ruling out foul play as well. These are some of the reactions coming in. Let's listen in.
Based on preliminary investigation, local inquiries, जो प्राइमा फेसाई कुछ पैटर्न्स हमने नोट किए हैं, उसके बेसिस पे कुछ चीज़ें हम फॉर्म अप कर रहे हैं। बाकी अभी कोई चीज़ हम रूल आउट नहीं कर रहे। वी आर इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग फ्रॉम ऑल पॉसिबल एंगल।
परिवार बहुत ही सज्जन परिवार थे और तकरीबन 22-23 साल से यहाँ रह रहे थे। ललित जी और दूसरे भाई भुवनेश्वर जो यहाँ मौके पे रहते थे, एक का परचून का दुकान था और एक का प्लाईवुड का काम था। जो ललित थे वो प्लाईवुड का काम करते थे और उनके एक बच्चे थे। अभी मैं कुछ देर पहले 3 बच्चे के बारे में मुझे जानकारी था, लेकिन ललित जी के एक बच्चे हैं और भुवनेश्वर के 3 बच्चे हैं। एक उनकी सिस्टर, एक भांजी, एक माँ, और सबके सब लटके हुए मिले।
अभी हम यहाँ से निकल रहे थे तो हमने देखा कि भीड़ काफ़ी लगी हुई है। यहाँ हम रुक के पता कर रहे हैं तो एक ही परिवार से एक घर में 11 लोगों ने सुसाइड किया है। अब क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, किस तरह से हुआ है तो नहीं पता। पुलिस वगैरह आई हुई, बैरिकेडिंग लगी है, भीड़ लगी हुई है। 11 लोगों ने एक घर में सुसाइड किया है। फांसी लगा लिया है, लोग यही बता रहे हैं कि फांसी लगा लिया। बाकी पुलिस ने अपना बैरिकेडिंग लगा दिया, ऊपर जाने नहीं दे रहे हैं।
सुबह मेरे पास 8 बजे फ़ोन आया कि एक घटना हुई है जिसमें 11 सदस्य एक ही परिवार के जिनका लटका हुआ मिलेगा, सुसाइड किया हुआ है। जब मैं घटना स्थल पे आया, पता चला कि ये परिवार बहुत ही नेक परिवार था। कभी किसी से कोई लड़ाई झगड़ा नहीं रहा था, हमेशा कीर्तन भजन करने वाले परिवार थे। तो हालांकि यह बात अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, ठोस कोई जानकारी मिल नहीं पाई है, पुलिस अपनी कार्रवाई कर रही है।
Well, this story, of course, has sent shockwaves across the national capital, where the police itself is confounded by sheer number of bodies that have been found inside the house. Aishwarya Paliwal is tracking the developments there. Aishwarya, we saw the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also visiting the site of crime a short while back.
Well, the Chief Minister was at the spot some time back and he is left now. He just came to check what exactly has happened, to take stock of the situation. A very mysterious situation. Ground now. The police is trying to figure out exactly what happened. We can see there are close to 20 policemen here on the spot trying to figure out what exactly took place. The police right now is not ruling out any angle. They are also taking statements of the neighbors of the family. Now they are trying to figure out exactly what happened. Mystery surrounding them. The mother, from what we know at this point of time, was strangulated, and the other family members were found hanging in the morning.
Absolutely, the mystery continues to surround them, Aishwarya, but of course the police is treating it as a suicide case prima facie up until the time the post-mortem report is out and it is proven otherwise, that this was a case of murder. But we are seeing those visuals at the site of crime where the number of onlookers have increased. Perhaps the news is now trickling in and we are seeing the onlookers coming in and wanting to find out what's really happened, Aishwarya. But if we speak about more details, do we know more about the background of the family and more on what perhaps could have led the family to commit such an act?
Well, at this point of time, it's extremely difficult to say what exactly went wrong. That's what the police is trying to figure out. Now, let's talk a little about the family. The family had moved from Rajasthan to New Delhi almost 22 years back. They had a store on the ground floor and they used to stay on the first floor. Now, the store used to open every day at 6:30 a.m. Now, when the store did not open, one of the neighbors the first floor to check what was wrong, and he found 10 family members hanging. And also, all of them were blindfolded and their mouths were gagged. So clearly a very mysterious case coming out here. The police trying to figure out what exactly happened. As I said, there are close to 20 people from the police force here. Everyone at this point of time trying to figure out what exactly went wrong.
Right, Aishwarya. So the mystery is clearly deepening as there has been no clarity as to what perhaps could have led the family to commit such an act, and that to commit suicide, and that to mass suicide, if at all that's true, because the police is only looking at it prima facie as a case of suicide, but is not confirming because it's only going to be established. We also given to understand that only 10 members were found hanging with a blindfold, while one was found lying on the floor. Is that correct? All right, we will continue tracking the developments there with Aishwarya, who's at the site of the crime. They're giving us updates, but this is a news report that has sent shockwaves across the national capital as people are waking up to this gruesome news report where a family of 11, all of them were found dead inside their residence. This was in Burari, in the national capital. 7 women, 4 men were found dead inside their house. The Delhi police itself is confounded by the sheer number of bodies that have been found in this house. Initial probe is revealing that, as we mentioned, the families of 11 members, it was in a loop, is what we are given to. The neighbor found that the family was, of course, not responding to the knocks. The door was open, and as he found out that the entire family was, of course, dead. 10 of those were found hanging. 1 of the family member was lying on floor. First of all, take us through what's happening around. Take us through what's happening around you. This is a confounding case nonetheless for the Delhi police itself. It's confounding for them to find the sheer number of bodies that they have found in a house, and what they're suspecting is this could be a case of mass suicide.
Well, definitely, I'll ask my camera person to pan and show you that we can see n number of policemen standing here. From what we can make out right now, there are close to 20 policemen at the spot. Also, now this ambulance has been called in. What we are made to understand is that the bodies of the deceased will now be taken for post-mortem. Now, there's a barricade beyond which they are not allowing people to go, and the investigation right now is taking place. The police is also trying to figure out what happened. Mysteries surrounding the death of these people. At this point of time, we know that the mother, the oldest family member, was strangulated to death. Her body was lying on the floor. The other members, 10 members of the same family, the Bhatia family, they were all hanging. They were blindfolded and their mouths were gagged. Right now, the police is trying to figure out whether the family was in any kind of financial stress. Also, they are not ruling out any angle. They are taking statements of the neighbors to figure out what the family was doing, how they used to live, and whether there was some kind of dispute that they were a part of.
Right, Aishwarya, we can see absolute mayhem behind you, because as this news is spreading across the locality and that particular area, we are, of course, seeing understandably curious onlookers coming and trying to find out what's happened. This is a shocking news that, of course, Delhi is waking up to, where family of 11 was found dead inside their house. Aishwarya, you mentioned that one person was found lying on the floor, and it is being suspected by the police that this woman, an aged woman, was strangulated, while the other 10 hung themselves perhaps with an overhead wire mesh. Now, what has the police so far confirmed to us? What has been established so far up until now?
Well, what has been established so far is that the family had shifted from New Delhi, and they had shifted from Rajasthan to New Delhi around 22 years back. And then also what we are understanding is that there are 12 SHOs, there are 22 inspectors, 8 ACPs, 3 DCPs, and the JCP at the crime scene. Close to 20 police officers present here trying to figure out what went wrong. And we are showing you live visuals here where the ambulance right now has reached the spot. The bodies will now be taken for post-mortem. The police is not ruling out anything. Statements of the neighbors are being taken, and also the police is trying to reach out to other relatives of this family.
All right, so they're making attempts to contact relatives of the family there. What has been established so far, Aishwarya, as you're pointing towards, that this is a family that was hailing from Rajasthan. It shifted to Delhi about 2 decades ago, 22 years ago. And what we've been listening by the accounts that have been given by the neighbors is what this was a family that was deeply religious. It largely remained within themselves. It did not interact much with the neighborhood. As we are given to understand, they were not really facing any financial distress as well. So what really led this family to commit such an act is absolutely confounding. It's appalling at this point in time, Aishwarya. But if you could also take us through what is the police now looking at? What's the line of investigation that they are now taking up?
Well, the first line of investigation is that these bodies will be taken for post-mortem to get to know exactly what led to the death of these people, what time they died, because the neighbor, when he found out that the shop had not opened by 7:15, whereas the shop every day opens at 6:30, he went upstairs. The shop is on the ground floor, they stay on the first floor. He went upstairs and he found 11 members of the family dead. He found the grandmother, 75-year-old, the eldest in the family, was lying on the floor, and the police at this point of time is saying that they have found strangulation marks on her neck. That was the reason. Perhaps the police believes that strangulation was the cause of her death. The other 10 members were hanging and they were blindfolded, they were facing each other, and their mouths were gagged. So right now the police is also confounded by the way in which this whole incident has come to the fore. They are now trying to look for other relatives of the family. This family was from Rajasthan, moved to Delhi 22 years ago. They have also spoken with a lot of neighbors. The neighbors say they're a very quiet family. The neighbors also believe that there was no financial stress that the family was that the family was in. So clearly the police trying to investigate every angle, not ruling out suicide or murder at this point of time.
All right, Aishwarya, that is going to be a focus, of course, through the course of the day. Continue tracking the story. We'll keep taking updates from you. Well, the government